Sweeping changes could be on the way to the state teachers' retirement system as Ohio lawmakers consider forcing teachers and retirees off of their own pension board. The educators have worked for years to elect so-called reformers to restore promised cost of living increases and end lavish staff bonuses. But retirees say state leaders have tried to keep reformers out of power. First, the governor tried to remove his own appointee to the board, Wade Steen, but a court ruled that move illegal. Then Attorney General Dave Yost sued Steen and the board president, Rudy Fichtenbaum, accusing them of violating their fiduciary duty for allegedly pushing unstable investments. Active teachers and retirees say they believe the real reason behind the suit is that Fichtenbaum and Steen favor reform. Retirees and active teachers say even though reformers hold a majority of seats on the board, their efforts to make change, to do things like ending the sky-high bonuses, hit roadblocks.
They have the ultimate trump card sitting at the table. It's a representative from the Attorney General's office, and he will interject. Please be advised, if you choose to go the path you're going, you may very well create a breach of your fiduciary responsibility. So he demanded that they pay bonuses.
What you seem to be saying is the Attorney General's office is controlling the board. So even though reformers have won, the final decisions are coming from the AG.
That's my impression. That's my perception.
Not long after receiving the anonymous letter, you filed a civil complaint against these two board members who reformers say were doing their work. How did you do that without an investigation?
Well, for starters, you and whoever my unnamed critics are here are making the assumption that I had heard nothing about this before the memo showed up. That is not a fair assumption. Secondly, you're misunderstanding or they're misunderstanding the nature of civil lawsuits, which is that they're designed to produce answers.
Court documents in Steen's case recently revealed the so-called anonymous letter was written by two attorneys who work for the STRS board, Chief Legal Counsel Stacey Weideman and her deputy, Mark Maxwell. Now, questions are being raised about whether they violated their own fiduciary duty to work in the best interest of the board.
When Wade was replaced, every lawyer in the country that has a bar affiliation could look at that and say, he doesn't have the authority to do this. But she sat quiet. Then when they came out after Wade and Rudy, she should have said, you guys don't say anything, I'm your lawyer, I will defend this. And instead, she said, you guys are on your own.
Now, ORTA, the retirees, and active teachers who are still paying into the system are waiting for the results of the lawsuit, the AG's investigation, and whatever action state lawmakers take, hoping they don't lose their voice and hoping someone will listen.
I'm always trying to find the middle way. Too often in our politics today, we're either going too far to the left or too far to the right. The middle way is usually the way to go.